Hi, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Entertainment with me, Andy Masson, live here from AIX 2023. I'm here with Richard Wise, Senior Vice President of IMG Media. Richard, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Andy. Delighted to be here.
Thank you for being here. So, IMG Media, Sport 24, how's things going?
It's going very well, I must say, especially with the pandemic behind us and great sporting events and working with you guys. You know, I think the big example was the FIFA World Cup at the end of last year. A huge success on airlines. You know, from what we saw, we had sometimes sort of 100% of passengers watching the games, celebrating on board. Great social media. It shows the power of sports on airlines that you deliver. So it's been fantastic.
I saw some of those videos, people dancing up and down the aisles there.
Amazing. I mean, we all work really hard behind the scenes to make this happen. And when you see those images on social media, even in the news, it was in the UK, I believe, it just makes it all worthwhile because passengers are just loving it, not missing their biggest moments. And it's great for fans.
You're on multiple airlines now.
Yeah.
You're showing these sporting events. You said you check the social media, you look at those comments. What were you seeing?
Well, we're just saying basically, you know, when sometimes you might get a few complaints about delays and luggage lost. Here, it's like, thank you so much, such and such airline. You've made my trip. I wasn't expecting this. This is amazing. I'll be booking with you again. It's fantastic. And there's a real wow factor in being able to watch your favorite team or your favorite sport whilst traveling.
I believe we had, I think it was 14 million views. Was that it? Something like that.
I think that's right. I mean, I have double check that, but I think it was extraordinary for the World Cup. As I said, some airlines, some aircraft, so it was 100% viewership, and you know, people can watch it on multiple devices as well. And it was a really key moment and happened at the perfect time, really, of you know, post-pandemic and everyone wanting to travel again. So it's been amazing.
So World Cup behind us.
Yes.
Tremendous event. What's next? What's coming up next? What are the events that we're going to see on Sport 24?
Yeah. So, I mean, as you'll know, Sport 24 does show the best events from around the world. We've introduced Formula One, which is in great demand. You know, that's absolutely
my favorite.
Your favorite. I know. Absolutely. So we're showing every single race live. And then we're moving on to the Women's World Cup.
Excellent.
Women's sports is becoming so important. Global viewership that's happening in Australia and New Zealand. So we'll be showing it's the biggest women's sport this year, and so we'll be showing that live. And then we move to
very important for the British, right? World champions or English? Sorry,
they're European champions.
European champions.
They're European champions.
Lionesses.
And the US team are the world champions at the moment.
Oh, that sounds like a grudge match we want to see, right?
It could be quite interesting, that one. And there's lots of good teams actually as well. From Brazil and France and stuff like that, and Australia. And then we move on to the cricket World Cup. Certain territories around this, cricket is their main sport. It's also going to be taking place in India. So it's going to be absolutely huge.
I've been I was in Chennai when the national team were there.
Oh.
And it was like Elvis, the Beatles, and the English football team all at once. It was just manic. It's huge over there.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. And the country pretty much comes to a standstill to watch it. And amazing. And then we come back, and later on in the year, we also be showing every game of the Rugby World Cup.
Excellent.
So, that'll be taking place in France, and also all the best teams are there. So we're sort of, we keep on going with all the biggest events around the world that are shown on Sport 24.
Excellent. So how this works then is you go out and work with the various sporting federations.
Right.
You win these rights and then you publish them?
Yep, exactly that. So very much like, if the French or the Americans, go to the rights holder, you bid for the rights and you win them, and sometimes you lose them, which we tend to win them. And then we work with them and we bring in their feeds and the games, and we put it all together in our facility in London. And then obviously send it to you, and you do the rest. And that's how it works. So it's and basically our mission is simple. We bring the best to the channel.
So what's very different for Sport 24 is this is live content. This isn't recorded or pre-recorded. What you're watching as it's happening.
Exactly. absolutely, as it's happening, sometimes faster than what you're seeing at home. It's live, and that's sometimes people forget. They're absolutely amazed. They're watching live sports while sitting in their seat, and that's the whole premise of the channel. It's live, and you don't miss a moment.
So in terms of engagement, then, much more captivating than maybe even a movie or a TV show or a podcast, because what you see is what you get. And when we're seeing those TikTok videos of the people dancing up and down the aisle, that's the raw emotion.
Yeah, it's a raw emotion. It's at the moment. You haven't seen it before. I mean, this is it. It's live. It's happening. What we say is we have blockbusters the whole time on an airline. I mean, basically, it's every day you'll have something different happening and some amazing sporting moments. And no one can predict sport. And that's why the emotions run high. And as you saw from those TikTok videos, people just celebrating on board and having a great time, and then just publishing it and saying they love it.
What do the airline customers say? You speak to them, what is their feedback to you?
The airline customers? Well, it's interesting. Some of them we've been working with for the last 11 years. And that tells you something. Sports is premium. It has a cost to it. But I think the product that we provide makes it worthwhile. It's passengers we know anecdotally are buying tickets so that it suits they're not going to miss their biggest their game.
We've seen that behavior of people buying a ticket so they don't miss the Formula One race.
For you, very, very important. That's what you do. But yeah, exactly. I love rugby. I would probably schedule it to make sure I could watch, rugby in the air or football. So, and that's what's happening. And it's also for the airlines, they're providing something that is live in the moment. And as I say, even though it's 10 years old, there's a massive wow factor and very positive feedback.
So previously, this was working with us at Panasonic.
Yep.
But today we're able to work with the other SATCOMs.
Yeah. And you are. And this is, I think the industry you should be thanked as well, patted on the back for this, because what everyone is trying to do is what's best for the passenger. And I think that means making it available on all aircrafts. Passengers, I don't think, care too much what system is coming through, as long as they can see it. And we know that from airlines saying, we might have 2 systems on board, but wow, we can still get the best sports on that. And that's all, SATCOMs all working together for the greater good, which I think is
that engagement factor.
No, it's engagement. It's exactly. I think it's fantastic. And it's working.
So talking of dancing up the aisles, when do we think Max Verstappen's going to tie up this world championship then?
I knew you would ask me that. I think Max is going to start to struggle.
Oh, bold.
Yeah, bold statement. I'll tell you what, he's the other cars have all going to get better in the second half of the season. And I think, I think we're going to see that. And I think he's going to slip up a little bit. So I'm thinking he will win it. Let's be honest. I think he'll win the championship, but I think later than you probably think.
I had Monza.
I'm saying Brazil.
Ooh,
yeah,
interesting.
But I want it to go to the last race of the season. So of course, as anyone wants. But I think he just can't keep being that dominant. And we know the other cars are going to improve for the second half of the season.
I'm agnostic, so
no, you're not.
So let's say this then. So Women's World Cup prediction.
Women's World Cup prediction. Okay. This won't surprise people who know me. France.
Actually, I agree. I agree with you on that one.
Ooh, it's the first.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. I think the French team are looking sly is the word I put it.
Yeah,
they're very good.
They're football, they're good at their football.
They've always had a tremendous talent in France. And then finally, most importantly of all, from my background, Rugby World Cup.
Oh, yes. You tell me who you think's going to win.
I think Rugby World Cup, France.
And I think it's France have only been beaten once in the last 2 years. They've beaten the All Blacks, South Africa, Australia.
Amazing.
They've only lost to Ireland. So they're the 2 best teams in the world. It's happening in France.
It's the home field factor.
They've been in the final maybe 4 times. I think already never won it. I think this is it. I think they're going to win it on home turf.
So we're going to watch that.
France. This is a bit weird. Anyway,
we're going to they're going to have a good year. We'll head over there later and celebrate.
Yes, exactly.
So we're going to watch that on an airplane soon.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a flight to France and watch Sport 24 on it.
Absolutely, we should do that. Yeah. But who will you be supporting?
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah, we can have.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you an England supporter?
I'm afraid I was born in Scotland, so that tells you.
Yeah, well, Scotland are probably better than England at the moment. So, yeah. Don't know if I can say that.
Oh my gosh, that's recorded. So that's 2023. 2024. What are we going to see there?
Well, 2024 is even more amazing. We have the Olympics taking place in Paris, obviously every 4 years, biggest event on earth, really. And then the Euros that are going to be happening in Germany. So the two biggest events in 2024 are going to be on Sport 24.
Excellent.
Yeah. Only the best.
Richard, thank you so much.
Pleasure, Andy.
You know, it's great to hear from you. Great to hear from the engagement that the customers are seeing. We agree. We think engaging the customer is what
really
our customers want to see. So it's great to hear what IMG are planning with that. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you on the next exciting episode of Beyond Entertainment. Richard, thank you.
Thank you, Andy.